Hey guys, before we check out today's video, I wanted to direct you to the contest I'm having where you can win the meme coins I created with bonded and burnt liquidity. Check it out, it's in the description below. 500 ounces in a Tomahawk missile. Just be blown to bits. 500 ounces, just gone. Does that seem real? Doesn't to me. I've heard a lot of these silver myths over the past 15, 16 years I've been in this market. You know, I don't like being lied to. That's why I make videos like this. Doesn't seem like reality, and we're going to investigate further into this. For as long as I've been in this market, it seems like the COMEX shortage is kind of dying down, but I still hear about it every once in a while. For as long as I've been in this market, it would have happened by now. From the research I've done on the internet, the best response to this that I can find is this post on Quora. It seems like this rumor is only like about started in like 2021. This is from 2 years ago. Someone asked, how much silver is in a Tomahawk missile? And this guy, Larry Kumia, I want to say Kumia, but I doubt it's the same guy. It's definitely not the same spelling. He says worked on a few missiles. That's kind of an interesting tag to say what your profession is, but the guy seems to know what he's talking about also. So he says, the common answer, 15 to 16 kilograms, sounds a little fishy. I worked on TLAM, Tomahawk Land Attack Missile, for 10 plus years and visited MDAC, I don't know what that is, St. Louis, and Convair in San Diego a few times. No one ever mentioned the amount of silver. Maybe they wanted to keep it quiet, but it seems like the kind of stuff they'd talk about during meeting dead time. The use of silver-based solder is pretty standard as it tends to avoid some sorts of tendrils that form over time from lead-based solders. The batteries in Tomahawks were from Elgar Pitcher, but it had non-silver thermal battery that powered the guidance set and radar camera sensors. Just before firing, a command is sent to start the thermal battery activate sequence, and the missile is not released until the battery voltage is up to the correct value. Maybe there's a lot of silver-coated wiring and another 75-pound silver-based battery in the back end, but I think the claim is a bit dubious, and it looks like he provided some pictures of silver-based batteries. And I did do the research. A 75-pound silver-based battery could have roughly 750 ounces in it. So, I mean, it is feasible, but really? I don't think so. And this guy who worked on Tomahawk missiles, or at least claims to, on Quora, agrees with me. He says it sounds ridiculous. So that's one of the best pieces of counter evidences I could find doing searches on the internet. Listen, I'm not going to name names, but I think you know who the YouTuber is who is perpetuating this myth. Anyway, look at his channel. He's been around for 7 years. He was, low in the beginning. He was mainly a silver channel. He did try to do a couple other topics, but he's a professional YouTuber. He needs those clicks. He does advertisements in the beginning of videos. I've heard other YouTubers say that if they see 2 ads on one YouTube video, they know that person is making boku bucks on that video. Real money. And, I've heard from big YouTubers who reject a lot of ads because, they just have integrity. But, not every YouTuber has integrity. So, I'm not saying this guy doesn't either, but this is, and he might be misunderstood. Who knows? But instead of listening to someone who primarily makes their living off of YouTube, I'm going to go listen to a guy who is on YouTube, and I've met in real life. I've been to his shop, but he's a bullion dealer, a big time bullion dealer. And what does he say about the silver shortage?
Funny story on these hundreds here. We had a customer bring in a ton of silver eagles this week. We bought 4,000 silver eagles from her. Today's Wednesday, by the way. So Monday and yesterday, she sold us 4,000 silver eagles and traded them for kilo bars and some other stuff too, not just kilos. Part of her order was that she needed 65 kilo bars, and which was a little bit more than we had in the shop. So I called in, ordered and replaced them. They were literally here the next day, and we actually ended up getting 115 silver kilo bars from the dealer, and the dealer was like, "Hey, I got these 1,300 ounce bars too. Can you take them?" I'm like, "Sure," and just add them on, right?
Wait, so we're still getting inventory.
Yeah, and so this lady was quoting one of the other YouTube people that put videos out saying, "Hey, that there's a huge silver shortage, and what are we going to do when the COMEX has run out of silver?" And going down the whole fear mongering lies that these other YouTubers are putting out there. And I literally make a phone call. I order essentially 5,000 ounces of silver from a distributor, and had it the next day, and she's watching and listening to this phone call because I'm doing it right in front of her. And I asked her afterwards, I was like, "Does that sound like there's a silver shortage when I can make a phone call, order 5,000 ounces, it'll be here the next day," which it was. "And does that sound like a shortage to you?" And she's like, "No." I'm like, "Yeah, this because there is no shortage. There's as much silver out there as you could ever want. We can get it within a week's business time. Getting it the next day was an anomaly, but that is a possibility." So literally we ordered 5,000 ounces of silver on Monday. It was in our shop for sale on Tuesday. And that doesn't seem like there's a shortage. And the distributor was asking me to take more of his product because he had 1,300 ounce bricks left that he's just like, I just like to see them go. Can you take those too? And he worked me a little bit better price on them than I normally would pay just so I would take them. I'm like, "Sure." Add them in.